are incredibly similar, but the coefficient is the function and strength between two sets of data. So a positive is obviously plus sign, is going to be the positive correlation. Minus sign is going to be a negative correlation. And then down there you have an example. A +1 is a perfect relationship between two sets of data. And then obviously because it is perfect, it's incredibly rare to achieve. And again, for those of you who are looking into psychology after high school, get familiar with this. And if this is not your strong suit, you either got to work real hard at it or maybe consider something else. Because this is, you've got an entire, at least one college class devoted to just statistics. Now, our last one, is everybody good on this? Our last one is inferential. Okay, these are numerical methods that whether or not, or states whether or not data supports a hypothesis or whether or not those results were actually due to chance. Alright, the easiest one for this is that old school coin toss. So flipping a coin 100 times, theoretically we should see heads 50% of the time and tails 50% of the time. Again, that is assuming an awful lot. Assuming the flip is the same every time. And we'll watch, or actually we won't in here, but if you've ever seen Batman, The Dark Knight, the Joker, that's where we are introduced to Two-Face, Harvey Dent, and he's got a coin that is two-faced. Now again, if we landed on heads 100% of the time, that to me says, something doesn't smell right, that's fishy. So again, just like in that movie, it's not a fair coin. But that's kind of what psychologists are trying to figure out, is how in the world can we make that, like again, even flipping a coin is very difficult to do the exact same way 100 times. So anyway, that's what they're trying to do, is all other extenuating variables out the window. How can we make the coin as fair as possible? The proverbial coin.
You can get the back if you want to, page.
But again, then they must now figure out if those results are done by chance or not. So there's a lot of in-depth research that goes into just looking at your data, even after the experiment has occurred and all of that hard work is done. Now you've got to take a look at your data and figure out, is there anything that could have influenced this data and swung, the answers one way or another. So once you are done with that, do me a favor, leave it out on your desk. The notes. I'm going to come by and stamp it. There's not a whole awful lot. I'm going to go ahead and give you the case study, or publish a case study, I mean. Oh, hold on. Let me change the time. But the case study is using the textbook. This is one of those ones that I have told you before is going to bite you in the butt if you don't just get it over with in class. Alright, it is using the textbook. This one is on a horse named Clever Hans. He's German, so that's why he has a fun name. But I just published it in Canvas. Again, it is only 2 questions. And the only option you have is to answer, 3 questions on a piece of your own paper and then uploading the file here. It's not a digital, like, type-in one. Everybody get me? So you must actually write your answers down on a piece of paper and upload it in here. I don't always do that, but again, I'm trying to make sure that we are doing our own work. So sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. But again, this is a super short case study. It's just like the 4 humors one, where they're gonna present you with like everything all in one page, and then there's the 3 questions. That is it. Okay? Anything for me? Alright, there's a couple of you while you're working on this stuff, I'm gonna call you up. I need you to figure out where some of this stuff is, or where, you know, if you have it, turn it in, things like that. But let me know if you need me otherwise. Ooh, hold on, I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna upload the PowerPoints for chapter 2. So tomorrow you're gonna have the guided reading, but then we're done with chapter 2. We're done. So that means we're gonna be testing next week. Like, we're wrapping up this chapter. It's a pretty short one. Our next one on childhood development, that one takes forever. So we need to go ahead and get into that. So be aware, if you've been like half doing stuff for chapter 2, you need to go ahead and wrap that up because it's about to end. I didn't have 2.2, so let me put both of these. I'm just gonna Alright, so all of chapter 2 notes are in there too if you need them.